They said the Proverbs 31 woman was soft, submissive, and silent. And she is, but not the way culture defined it. Her softness, that's her strength. Her heart is tender before God. Her submission, that's her wisdom. Like Joshua, she knows who leads. Her silence, that's her power because she listens when God speaks. But don't confuse her gentleness with passivity. The Bible calls her KHAH-yeel, a woman of valor, might, and substance. She speaks wisdom. She builds her home. Proverbs 14:1. She protects it in the spirit and in her walk. She is not either or. She is both and. I'm Ashira Kavera. This is Virtuous Design, where we walk the ancient path of womanhood as it was truly meant to be. Whether you're a Christian, Jewish, Messianic, or faith curious, if you have ever questioned what womanhood really means, you're in the right place. I used to feel like Proverbs 31 was this impossible standard, a checklist for perfection, or a box to fit into. But the more I read and the deeper I studied the Hebrew language, the more I realized I had been lied to. This woman was not a doormat. She was a daughter of strength, a woman of Chayil. The word translated as virtuous in Proverbs 31:10 is Chayil, Strong's H2428. But virtuous in English does not do it justice. Chayil means strength, valor, power, warrior like substance, wealth and influence, excellence, and capacity. This is the same word used throughout the Bible to describe men of valor, those chosen for battle, leadership, and mighty deeds. Judges 6:12 and First Chronicles 11:10 through 47. Let that sink in. When God calls a woman Chayil, he's speaking to her strength, her authority, her calling to rise, and her sacred role in his kingdom. Jeff A. Benner, in the ancient Hebrew lexicon of the Bible, explains Chayil as a word rooted in strength and community leadership. It doesn't mean docile or passive. It describes someone who stands boldly in the gap for her people. The ancient Hebrew paints a picture of a woman who manages her household like a general leads an army, with wisdom, strategy, and unwavering faith. She's not behind her husband, she's beside him, not beneath her family. She's the backbone of it. Let's revisit the verse that's been misquoted for generations. Who can find a virtuous woman? Her worth is far above rubies. Proverbs 31:10. In Hebrew, it's Eshet Chayil mi Yimsa. That means a woman of valor. Who can find her? This is not just a poetic description, it's a prophetic call. And here's the truth: you are that woman. What if we've been chasing a false image? What if the real Proverbs 31 woman wasn't a cultural ideal, but a spiritual invitation to build, to create, to intercede, to protect, to reflect the Chayil glory of God in the earth? You don't have to earn that identity. You were created for it. Here on Virtuous Design, we rise as daughters of the word, not to be louder, but to be truer. This week, I challenge you to study KHAH-yeel, Strong's H2428. Find two more verses where it's used for men and women. Journal what it reveals about you. And if you'd like the full PDF word study on KHAH-yeel, including Strong's numbers, Hebrew definitions, and reflection prompts, just send me an email and I'll send it to you personally. From scroll to soul, from word to walk, this is Virtuous Design.